Film rooms are the forum where strategies are discussed and victories are born. Each person there has a voice and a chance to step forward with what they believe is the key to this week's game.
Separation Sunday. I'm Scott Hansen. You're tuned in to the EA Sports Weekly Recap for Week 13. Some big games to get to. We'll start in the Steel City. The Steelers at home to take on the Buffalo Bills. And this is fourth year back, James Cook. He covers a lot of ground here. 23 yards, touchdown. From there, we go to SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California. Let's check in on the Chargers. They're playing host to the Las Vegas Raiders. And it's Zamir White. He's going to hustle his way to the end zone, 10 yards on the touchdown. The Raiders earn another victory and move to 9-3 on the year. Last but not least, let's go to Baltimore. The Ravens hosting the Cincinnati Bengals. And this is the big man, Derrick Henry. Gets past the line of scrimmage, gets room, gets it in. 22 yards on the touchdown. The Ravens keep it rolling. They get their 6th straight victory here. That'll do it for us. Until next week, Scott Hansen in Orlando. Good night from all of us at EA Sports.
sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland and M&T Bank Stadium. Today it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one, as it'll be the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Baltimore Ravens. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Raven team as they get ready here. They have certainly got it rolling of late. Winners in 6 in a row.
And it's simple. The more you win in the regular season, the more likely you play at home in the postseason, and that can take you deep into January.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Steelers, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column, but obviously they're going to have to do that in a hostile environment.
And sometimes that actually works to your advantage. Now you've got to band together your team, the us against the world mentality. Let's see if they can use it and get a victory.
Shifts by him. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. So out come the Steelers now for their first drive. They'll be led out by the former Cal Bear, Aaron Rodgers.
And the numbers were not pretty. I mean, they don't look right. When you throw 2 interceptions, no touchdown passes, there's no way to really make that work. But I thought there were a lot of positives in watching his game tape. I think he's close to putting out a good performance. Let's see if he can flip those numbers around in this game. And, of course, rally his team to a win.
Here are the key inactives for this one, Charles. And as you get towards the latter stages of the season, you hope that this is a clean graphic with no names, but that's hard to do in the NFL.
Yeah, there's almost no way you think it's going to be like that. It's just a matter of what names are on the list and how you prepare to play without them. Everyone wants to finish strong. Well, the only way to do it, forget the inactive list and focus on the guys who are going to take the field.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. It's caught, Beckham. And he gets this only to the 41, not near enough for the first. On 4th down, Corliss Waitman on to punt. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Ravens will get it. 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. Number 8, Lamar Jackson, trotting onto the field at quarterback, ready to lead this Ravens offense.
After seeing what he did last week, throwing 4 touchdown passes, I had to go to my thesaurus to try and come up with some great words for what he did. I'm still coming up blank. He was scintillating.
I'm going simple. I don't have thesaurus. I'm going dynamite. He was dynamite.
I'll take it.
The numbers on the ground for Henry last week. North of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you know, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good, too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. And, Charles, you think about what this defense has had to prepare for. They're in for a battle. I mean, they're facing a team that is working on a 6-game winning streak.
And that can be intimidating when you think about it in those terms, but I think what they need to do is make some sort of a statement early in this game, whether it's a turnover, a takeaway, a key sack on 3rd down, a 3-and-out, something that lets the other guys know that you mean business. Figuratively, throw the first punch and make it a good one.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Baltimore, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
13. Jackson, options out left. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. From the 39-yard line, here comes 2nd down at 6.
2nd and 6.
Here's Jackson to throw. They set up the screen for Henry. And some space here. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. Right back to Henry, and Henry's got it again. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Well, we know he can run the football, too, but he's a good pass catcher, and that's been on display here, Charles, on this opening drive.
And we certainly have seen the benefits of what he did in the offseason, which was spend more time with wide receivers, working on routes, working on cuts, in order to make himself a more complete running back and even more of a threat downfield.
No score after one on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Running from the gun with Henry. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
Now they'll fake the jet sweep. And run up the middle with Henry. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. A tough spot here. 3rd and 15. Now it's Jackson. He dumps it off for Henry. And a big hit there. That was a man coming with bad intentions. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
A 53-yard attempt.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And the Ravens strike first at 3's in. So a pretty good opening drive. That'll make the home fans somewhat happy. They wanted 6, but they got 3 in the early lead.
And they should be happy. The guys look good getting down the field. That's got to give them a little bit of hope that good things are in store here today, man.
The visitors' offense and their wideout getting set to go once more. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they dipped a game below 500 following the loss last week. And you get the sense that maybe this team's at a little bit of a crossroads.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to put it because what's that old malaprop? If you come to a fork in the road, take it. Because this crew, they're losing ground fast. They've got to start winning some ball games. And the good teams, they're starting to separate themselves, and these guys are being left behind.
On play action, Rodgers. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off by Roquan Smith. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. A nice saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes... interceptions result.
And he's going to take it down to about the 35 here. From the 35, here's second down and 1. Now it's Jackson. He's into space past the 25. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Zay Flowers, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead grows to 10-0. Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Looking to put a drive together. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing is Rodgers. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Rock incompletions on first and second down. It certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on third down.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. He'll try and do this himself. And that is too far out in front. He couldn't haul it in. Incomplete. 4th down, Corliss Waitman now on to punt. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Oh, able to avoid him. Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Now Jackson. He finds Bateman over the middle. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
Report. And the Baltimore first down.
To throw is Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. Calling a gain of 6 on the play. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Throwing is Jackson. Yet again, targeting and finding Mark Andrews. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 29-yard line. Here's Jackson. Now they go screen. It's complete. And out of bounds right around the 20.
And good yardage there on first down, because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively. Or it could have gone for more.
And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Jackson slings it to Andrews, and it's complete. The tight end has it. So the completion good for just 3. And it's 2nd down. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
So a late 3 there, and that'll help as they head into the break.
Talk about situational football and something they've worked on since the OTAs and mini camps the previous summer. They take care of the ball, get 3 points, knowing they're going to get the ball to start the second half. That's the old 2-for-1 special to finish things off.
Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So halftime straight ahead. Let's get you down to the Sunshine State and Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Our trip around the league starts now. In the Motor City, the Lions at home to take on the visiting Dallas Cowboys. Okay, Brandon, thank you. The calendar now reads December. The holiday season is upon us, and the playoff picture starting to take shape. Let's get into it. And it's David Montgomery. This might not have looked like much from the beginning, but it is turning into something. He's gone. The Lions needed this one, and they got it. A victory that helps them keep pace in the NFC wildcard race. Next up, Duval County, Jacksonville, Florida. Let's check in on the Jaguars as they host the Indianapolis Colts. And it's the former collegiate star here in the Sunshine State, Anthony Richardson. Lastly, let's go to Atlanta. It's the Falcons hosting the Seattle Seahawks. And it's Kenneth Walker. He'll find an opening and take it in, a 6-yard rushing touchdown. The Seahawks lead it by a couple of touchdowns at the half. And time now for one more look at the rest of the scores from around the NFL. Meanwhile, in our game, it was a competitive, hard-hitting first half. We expect more of the same going forward as we send you back out to the stadium with Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Ravens offense and Derrick Henry set to take over once more. And he continues to be a nuisance for opposing defenses that are tasked with trying to slow him down. He's currently second in the NFL in rushing. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat.
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys are lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
That one a first down pickup of 8.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Play action. It's Jackson. And still pressure too much here. He's going down. Derek Harmon make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. They go play action now. Jackson. Under pressure, they got him again. Alex Highsmith in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long. Jackson now. Throw caught by Flowers. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll be 4th down. The Ravens send their punter out now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. A 41-yard punt, 9 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. Now Rodgers on the bootleg. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And unfortunately, he's able to reel it back in, but it's going to go down as a big loss here on the play. Throwing on 2nd and long. Rodgers. And just not a ton of room to work with. He'll get it to the 15 for a gain of 2. And now as we get toward the home stretch here of the regular season, Charles, let's take a look at the list of key inactives for them in this one.
Yeah, and after almost a full season of physical games, you know you're going to have some guys missing during the final weeks of the season. Nature of how we play this sport. Every team, you've got to be prepared to handle them. And the teams that focus on handling it, focus on guys getting ready to play, even if they're not starters, those are the ones that weather the storm.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their play. Accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, I think you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
On the counter, it's Henry. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down.
Brings up third down and 5.
Jackson. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
Fourth down.
Here's Stout to punt as he boots this one away. Three quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Steelers with the football, but trailing here as we get going in quarter number 4. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And you're still in this game. I mean, yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously is struggling, but you're only 2 scores down, so all hope not lost.
Not at all, because we're talking about the NFL, and teams can score fast in this league. Quick strikes, you're right back in it. You're exactly right. Keeping hope alive.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. First and 10. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. From the 44-yard line, here's second and 3. To throw, it's Rodgers. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
That's good for us Steelers. First down.
Rodgers now to throw. Again, it's OBJ, back-to-back catches. And the Steelers are going to be set up with a first and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Oh, they were so close. That close to their first points in the game. Just needed to hang on just a second longer, but he couldn't complete the process of the catch through the jostling from the defender.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Odell Beckham that time, but now it's third and goal. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. So now fourth and goal. You're trailing by a decent amount here. What are you doing, Coach Davis?
Well, I've got to think to myself, just how many more opportunities am I going to have this close and have this chance?
DK Metcalf with career touchdown number 60. And the Steelers are finally on the board here in the fourth quarter. Extra point put through by Boswell. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. as well now to kick it away after the touchdown. Some hitting going on now. This has been a tight game, and he takes a big shot there on the return. The Ravens offense and Lamar Jackson set to take over once again. And he's been very impactful when using his legs this year, both when the pocket breaks down and by design. You notice his name sits near the top when looking at the league leaders in rushing yards by a quarterback. Jackson now. Throwing to start the drive. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit. A lot of people making plays behind him. field.
And he'll be stopped up at the 26 after a gain of only a couple.
And this is the worry, because sometimes you can get a little too predictable in spots like this. You know you're going to run the ball, but they know you're going to run the ball as well. And now you look up and you're staring at an important third down.
From the gun on third down, Jackson. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's fourth down.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. That'll be a 50-yard punt with 8 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And you sense the tide turning. They scored, then their defense forced the punt, and now a chance to ultimately take the lead here late. Now it's Rodgers. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
That was for the lead right there. They know they're in a position where fortune favors the brave. So they took their shot, but couldn't connect.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. The towels are waving. Steeler fans on their feet. It's third down. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Mike Green in there to record the second sack of his young NFL career. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And they've got a fourth down now in a game that, to be honest, has been pretty much everything we could have asked for. Got to avoid the flags defensively. Here's 4th and long. Now Rodgers got to have this one. And able to catch it, but he's out of bounds. And the throw took it beyond the sideline, and that's going to be a turnover on downs. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
So the folks in New York just going to wind up confirming what the official saw, as this play will stand as is. Jackson to throw. And he'll get this underneath to Henry. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, fourth quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say, don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 2-yard line.
And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
You got to figure down by the goal line. This is where a tight end earns his money, in the high traffic area. And he's able to work free in the middle of the end zone and grabs that one for a touchdown.
Jackson going to keep it. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. And with a successful 2-point try, the QB rolling out, I would imagine on the defense that makes it tough. When he goes out, he's got the option to run or pass.
Yeah, it really does. If you decide not to bring extra people or extra pressure, maybe you have to have a spy on the quarterback, someone to account for him, because oftentimes that is the unaccounted for player.
We've seen him do this many times in green and gold. Now he'll try to do it in black and gold. Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers down by 2 touchdowns. 26 seconds to go. It's been a struggle to score all day, and now they need to do it twice here late to have a chance.
He was
And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. So the officials and the folks in New York got a second look at this one, and the call is going to be overturned. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. But he's turning in a nice performance. Remember, he had the touchdown earlier, and this time he's able to beat double coverage to grab it.
I think that if he weren't worried about a taunting penalty, he'd run by the opposing team's bench and say, guys, 2's not going to be enough. You better get some more guys trying to cover me. He knows how to get open downfield.
So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And it was their defense that really paved the way to this victory as they allowed the 1 touchdown, and that was all she wrote.
Almost want to do the defense chant right now, right? Defense with a couple of claps in there, but no one wants to hear that from me. Let's just talk about how they got it done, though. When you take care of every aspect of the game, shut down the run, control the airways, right? Make sure the quarterback is harassed. This type of performance you get. They can't fashion together any offense, no consistency, and they just took control.
So for the Ravens, it's a 10th win on the year as they move to 10-3. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, they dropped their 7th game on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.